Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We all knew I was going to do it at some point because somebody had to, and it might as well be me because nobody else is doing it. Time for us to talk about a new Lhurgoyf. Now, I want to just put this up front. Like, this isn't because of any particular person saying, hey, build this, can you update this, can you do that, whatever. This is simply from y'all as a community saying, please build something with the Goyf. And I'm like, okay, sure, let's do it. Truth is, I was already kind of working on something, but it's not as easy as you would think. There's a lot of problems, and we're going to try to make it work. However, today we're going to go on kind of a journey. So we're going to build probably 3 versions of this, and we're going to play it throughout the video and see where we end up. So there's going to be a lot of learning here. So strap yourselves in. We're going to build the deck, we're going to play some games, we're going to update the deck, we're going to play some games, we're going to update the deck again, then we're going to play some games, then we're going to talk about where we ended up. So let's get into it. All right, couple quick things. First off, if you're going to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Hit that join button down below. For any of you that do Patreon, for anybody, this is just like Patreon, but right here on YouTube, and there are rewards there that are explained as well. If you want to protect your cards or your comics or your sports stuff or anything, check out ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn and you'll save 5%, and they'll give 5% back here to the channel. Now, for these decks, I want to say I may have a few cards that we moved around while we were playing, so the versions may not be identical to what happens in each game, so keep that in mind and be rational here. We're playing a bunch of things, we're moving parts around, and we're just trying to solve what the problem is for this deck. So we're going to try to make it work. It's not going to be super clean and easy, but I think we're going to end up in a pretty good place. And actually, we're kind of starting here in what is technically version 2, but it's going to be version 1 for the video. So we did do a lot of iteration on stream, so as always, if you want to catch me on streams, you can check any of the links down in the description. But here's what we're going with. So we are starting with Death Bonnet Sprout. We needed some 1-mana things just to have some stuff to do early. And truthfully, this is kind of one of the best things because it puts stuff in the graveyard every turn. And then once we're not there, then we can go ahead and remove stuff from the opponent's graveyard, which is good because we can remove their flashback spells and other things, even if we're not removing creatures. So that's still kind of okay for us. We are playing Malevolent Hermit because it is good at countering things, but also can sacrifice and go to the graveyard, which gives us another creature. So we like that. Infernal Grass because we have to have some number of removal. We're going to try out Tenacious Underdog. This is something that we added after playing a couple of games because I felt like we needed, in some instances, early aggression. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. And honestly, if it goes to the graveyard, it gives us a card we can play later. Taxidermist. We can fill up the graveyard with creatures, and this is very often going to be a 4/4. So we're absolutely playing it with the mana bonus there. Then we've got Urborg Lhurgoyf. This is the star of the show, if you will. Now, the idea is if we can get these early, we can have these be like a 6 power really fast, and that's hard for your opponents to deal with. Now, obviously, there's still a bunch of different removal cards that can kill it, but if not, then this thing's going to get to end the game. And even if then, it's still next to a 4/4 Taxidermist, so that's not like the worst case scenario, but something we're going to think about, see if we can make it work. Then we're going to play Root Coil Creeper. Now, you may be asking why Root Coil Creeper over some other mana creature. Well, we do actually have something that has flashbacks, so we might as well take the upside if we can get it. Old Retstein, just putting stuff in the graveyard and giving us bonuses, so we still like that. And this guy hasn't had many decks where he gets to be played, so it's kind of cool we get to play it here. Angel of Suffering. This is one that I've had my eye on for a minute, and I wanted to put this in here. But I don't know if this is the environment where this card is best suited. If we were in last standard, where we ended the standard playing against a lot of like Boros aggro and mono white and stuff like that, this might actually have even more value, right? Because then you're just stopping damage and milling cards. If we're going up against a lot of like Rakdos, Sacrifice, mono black, whatever, it's probably not going to be as good. So we're going to see. We're going to at least get play 1 and see what happens. Junji, the Midnight Sky. This is great. Big Dragon has Menace. And then if it dies, we get a choice of making an opponent discard cards or getting a creature out of a graveyard. We play Rin and 7 because it does make a big blocker, but most importantly, again, puts stuff in our graveyard, which is kind of nice. And then there's the flashback card we were talking about, the Diagraph Rebirth. We're going to play a couple of these because getting our big creatures out is always awesome. Playing 1 Jin Gitaxias because if this sticks, it's such a nuisance for the opponent, especially against those mid-rangey and control decks. And then 1 Writhing Necromass. We get enough stuff in the graveyard that we get a 5/5 Death Touch for 1 or 2 mana, and that's fantastic. Then, of course, we have a couple of Titan of Industry, because this is probably the best thing in the format you can reanimate in any version. Lands. We've got Otawara, 2 Swamp, 2 Takenuma, Beseiju, 5 Forest, 3 Shipwreck Marsh, 3 Deathcap Glade, 3 Dream Root Cascade. God, why is it so hard to say? And 4 Yavimaya Coast. I will say we originally started out with more of these lands that come into play tapped. However, we needed to be able to play stuff on 2 more reliably, so we trimmed those down and put us where we are now. So there you go. You've got kind of your whole playbook here. We're going to go play some games, and then after a couple of games, we will update the deck, and we'll see how things go. So have fun with this. Okay, we're going to keep it. And run this guy out. We will take the damages. Let me throw in Galagreeters. That's an option worth considering. I am a big fan of the Galagreeters. Alright, we're going to attack. We're going to play this duder. That lives. Okay, okay. Alright, then I think we're just going to be on a double kick Goyf time. Ooh, 4-5. Good hit. Good hit. Way to go, Mr. Goyf. So even if it dies, we're set up with a decent Death Bonnet Sprout. Ooh, we did put a Titan in the yard, too. That was actually pretty strong. Yep. We are okay with that. Also awesome. Don't have quite enough land to operate that, but I don't hate it. We don't have enough mana to do everything I want to do, so we're just going to attack with this. And then we're just going to play the other one and pass. Mostly because these are hard to meat hook at this point. All right. This is okay, I guess. Oh, that actually makes it much better, to be honest. You played against fast enchantment decks, but never seen one build slower than mine. Alright, we only put a land in the yard. That's not so exciting, unfortunately. Looks like we're playing against blue-white enchantments, though. No attacks. Alright, what you got for me here, opponent? Sure. Yep, you can have all the damages you want. You get a card, though. That's kind of annoying. And they played 2 separate ones. They're going to be able to do it again next turn. Blech. Alright, I say we just give them a card. If it kills us, it kills us. I know the risk I'm taking here. Okay, Junji's in the yard. That could matter. Alright, Rudstein, I would like for you to produce a treasure, if possible. Excellent. No attacks. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. We can get back... Looks like just Junji at the moment, plus whatever we flip during our upkeep. Alright, and we have to hope they don't bounce it with, like, Fading Hope, which they might, but there's nothing we can do about it if they do. Yep. Gonna cast your other one? You're gonna leave mana open to counter something. Or not? No, they didn't even attack us. Wow. What the hell does that mean? That's not what I expected at all, y'all. I thought we were just gonna take damage and give them a card, but... So they're obviously keeping mana open for either removal or a counter here. But I don't think it's removal, because if they would have attacked, and I guess they were afraid of us blocking with everything, then they would have just bounced something and killed our other 2 things, right? So that doesn't make sense. So now I'm trying to play the puzzle game and figure out, like, what is it you're trying to do? Is it like a make disappear? Like, is that it? I don't even know. Like, because I'm not going to play Diagraph Rebirth here. That is not the answer. So I think I'm just going to do this and see if we can try to get to just hard cast a Titan next turn. I mean, it's going to fail if it's a make disappear, but, like, we can't do anything about it. Sure, no attacks. We can also start removing some of the spells from their graveyard with our Death Hulk, so maybe that's something. So we'll see. All right, security bypass, so it's going to get through no matter what. Yep, okay. Good news is we can play Titan and remove a security bypass, so there's that. Which is annoying, but meh. If they get another, they just get another, and we'll just have to deal with it. All right, let's remove this thing. And just play the Titan. And as much as I'd like to take another body, I think we have to gain 5, just in case. I mean, you can protect your creature. All right, they're going to slip out the back. It protects everything that's on it, unfortunately. All right, we're just going to do what we can here. I mean, they're going to hit us and get a bunch of cards. I don't know what we're going to be able to do, but we're going down to 9, which means we're possibly dead next turn. Unless maybe we flip another Titan into the yard. There's a Virtuoso. So that's going to be the thing that probably finishes us. Don't think it really matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in our yard right now. All right. Dang it. I was hoping we'd have something else over there. Well, the opponent's at 15. If they block 4, they take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. There's no way, though. Those have to be bounce spells or blink spells or something. I'm not willing to accept otherwise. Target Junji, I guess. Sure. Whoa, why? Oh, Arena, you tapped the creature? Why? Why when we... Oh. Well, we don't have lethal on the attack now. God, that hurts. I ain't gonna lie. That hurts my soul so much right now. You have no idea. Oh my gosh. I mean, okay. Sure. Gosh, that sucked. Yep, that untaps. Fine. Like, that actually does us somewhat of a favor, as long as they can't put another 1 counter on it, but they might be able to. Alright, we're at 2. The reason being, I was hoping maybe they had some trickery with that they wanted to use, and then we'd get to block with the Junji and get a dude back. But that was not to be. So I'm assuming those are counters, since they weren't way... Or maybe they're ways to bounce creatures. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think any of this matters. I mean, do we get a creature of our own? I mean, I guess to have a bigger body and try. I mean, because if... Oh! Oh! Hold up. Way to go, Otawara. Does that... Now, admittedly, they could also just blink their dude or whatever and still survive here, so can't get too excited just yet. But they are at 12. If we attack with everything, that's 4, 9, that's 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. Assuming they block 5, that's still 15. They untap this, we attempt to bounce it. If they can protect it, we're dead. That's basically it. We just have to hope they can't protect it. Or if they do spend... Well, no, we wouldn't have enough mana then. 9, 10. This is going to cost us... Oh, we have 2 legends in play. Oh, maybe I should have left a creature untapped. Oh, they had an Otawara. Okay. This is getting interesting. So now I have to decide if I want to save mana and do this for 2. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have left one of these untapped. I didn't even think about the discount we were going to get on this. Because I would have been able to play both of these potentially. I mean, I guess that's the gamble. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, they still have to do something even if they bounce this. So we're only resolved to playing one of these anyway. So sure. You got to do something. Okay, blocking the big one. Protecting a creature? No. Okay. All right, so now, if it wasn't a protect thing, they're definitely... This makes all the sense to try to protect, if it is any of the things we think it is. If it's... This is tough, right? Because we have to decide if we think it's a counter, or if we think it's a way to save a creature. Because if it's a counter, then we want to just try to Otawara. If we think it's a way to protect a creature, then we want to cast Diregraph Rebirth. Damn. You know what, though? If we put this in play, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8. I don't know what counter they're going to have here unless it's just straight up negate, so sure. And if it is, it is. It was not. All right, and I guess we'll gain 5 just to be on the safe side. Not that it probably matters if they have another way to do anything. Okay, it wasn't a slip out the back or anything. All right, this is it. I mean, we're obviously all in blocking. I don't know if you got something to give it trample or whatever. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can totally live with that. Another cat, sure. Curiosity, sure. They do have something in the yard. We'll get rid of that. Okay. Bounce the token. Attack. Whew. And even if Junji dies here, we get something out of the graveyard, so we're all good now. Oh, man. Alright, this is just kind of a quick update. Not many things have changed between version 1 and 2. However, there was a pretty key card we added here in Slowkirk, the Overslime. Mostly because we are putting a fair amount of things in the graveyard between Old Rudstein, Death Bonnet Sprout, the Lhurgoyf. And it's kind of like, well, if we can put stuff in the graveyard, maybe we get Slowkirk up to a 5 or a 6 or even bigger. And then if it dies, we get cards back in our hand, which I guess is some extra benefit to make sure we hit more land drops and can cast multiple things. Or even just the simple fact that we could possibly have cards in hand and not have to worry about Liliana. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, this actually should work okay in here. And it's a 3/3 body to start with, which isn't nothing. So yeah, we're just going to play some Slowkirk. Otherwise, have some fun with these upcoming games. All right, well, we're going to keep this hand regardless. So let's see what's going on. Keep it. All right. Let's put this into play. Then we'll put the Avamai Coast in, play the Root Core Creeper. Probably. Oh. This could be something entirely different then. All right. This might just be Selesnya Humans. I was thinking every time I've seen green-white so far, it's been the Enchantments deck, but obviously that's not the case. Brutal Cathar. Excellent, excellent. No hate. We're gonna go with this duder. And then we're just gonna see about getting a big Goyf. Actually, maybe we just play Angel. I mean, that's a thing. Alright. Not what I expected to happen, but here we are. Only a 3-4, but that is big enough at the moment. Until they play another adversary. Man, another exile spell? That's still pretty good. It puts counters on your things.
Can be your pride, as it is mine.
It's pretty strong. Or they can just put a creature or planeswalker in their hand. They do get to put 3 counters however they want. So, I mean, that is a big thing. We're going to take 5. Oh. Well, that's a card. Alright. Well, let's just see what happens. This is why you're in here. I mean, ooh, what else did we put in here? Ooh, Jin Gataxius. Ooh, and a Titan. Nice. Okay, well. Do we attack? We're only at 7. No attacks. It's too easy for just things to go south if we attack and just leave one back. Because then if they just have one exile spell, we'd be dead. Alright. Found a welcoming vampire. That does fly. We also have an angel, so it's not like the end of the world. That's fine. Man, we are so close to breaking out here. If we can survive one more turn and maybe find... Okay, there's the other land. So we got close. Do we try to threaten a Johnny here? Maybe if they block, we get this on the cheap. Ah, they didn't block. I was thinking, because if a creature goes to the graveyard, then this would reduce the cost of it, and that would have been kind of nice, but they didn't take the bait. Alright. I was hoping. They didn't fall for it, though. Loam Speaker, sure. They do get a card for that, though. I like the opponent's deck. It feels kind of all over the place, but it's also very interesting. Alright, we're only down to 7. How do you wish to attack here, opponent? Because, I mean, I will block that guy. Let me tell you. Alright. This is... Actually does... Okay, they do have reach. I was just double checking. I was like, I want to make sure I'm not missing. I'm picking up that Masaju is pretty sweet here, too. No, it's not really the oops you think it is, opponent. So we're going to gain 5 and destroy an artifact or an enchantment. And we're going to unleash one of our Goyfs. Because that seems like it's more worthwhile. I mean, they have plenty of life here, so they're not dying without that. The other thing, too, is if we can rescue this, we can get back our... Oh, that's also good. Okay. Now there's things. Wow. How the turntables. Jeez, what do we want to do? So many choices. If we get this back, this says we don't even... Oh, we have to tap it to do the abilities. We couldn't do it till our turn. All right. We're attacking with these two knuckleheads on the ground. Actually, well, it doesn't matter. If there's a Wandering Emperor, you're going to get us anyway, right? There's not much we can do. Yeah, all right. You got it. You got it. We could always bounce something with Otawara if we have to. Oh, opponent's just taking 12. All right. I'm going to play Hermit. In the turn. What's that last card? We have another Titan already in there. In a Jingataxis. All right. Gonna get those two back. Confinement. All right, sure. That seems reasonable, I guess. Yepers, you got it. Yep. Sounds great. I have no qualms with any of this. Oh, and they still did nothing. Huh. Well, where does that leave us? Because now they're at 13. If we attack with everything, they're going to have to block now if we bounce that. So, sure. Slowkirk, you're a little late to the party, buddy, but I appreciate you. Opponent, yeah, any combination of two of these getting through, they're dead, so sure. You block one, yeah, you gotta. And one of them tramples, so whatever. Oh, they didn't want to block with the other one. Seems fine. Like, okay. Oof. I'm gonna keep this, but this feels a little rough. We're gonna see if we can get away with it here. Thanks for the followers coming in here as we play this pile of weirdness. Okay, that's something. All right, we're gonna go with this. Mostly because if it dies, it does start working us toward bonuses on the taxidermist, which is a thing. Is the opponent going to kill our creeper? They are. All right. So I decided to cut down, which now makes me wonder, are we just going to be seeing a Liliana next turn? Excellent that we got a treasure out of that. So if we get a land, we could possibly do this and this and still be able to... Okay, there was a Liliana, not a surprise.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for Amber. Haven't you ever heard?
Didn't quite get what we needed. The idea was sound deck, but you didn't make it happen. We needed that to be a land, not another hermit. All right. Windgrace. Sure, at least we can kill Windgrace here, so that's not the worst thing. That's actually all right. And then here, they make us discard. We'll discard Malevolent Hermit. And then we'll shoot Windgrace, attack down Liliana. Got another land. Too bad I don't have anything worthwhile in the graveyard to get. All right. And then we'll go here and here since we still have a blue land open.
This isn't how things
All
are
right.
supposed to go.
Another Windgrace. Okay, well, I'm not going to do much about that one. That one just gets to live. Unless we get a big Goyf. Or big anything at this point. Not that, though. Though, you know what's funny? We could sacrifice our Hermit to make our Taxidermist bigger. That's a little goofy. And I'm not really incentivized to play this out of the yard right now, knowing that we're one away. Ugh. Okay. Yep. Not only did we miss land drops, they got to play extra lands out of the graveyard. Yep. Well, now Taxidermist likely isn't going to be any good. Do I have to have a target? Yeah. So I can't just sacrifice for sports, unfortunately. Because I was hoping... What's the best... I'm trying to think, like, what's the best thing that we could draw next turn? But there's really nothing here. Ah, that sucks. Alright. I guess I just block here. Not really sure what else we're doing. Man! Oh, that sucks. Alright. Just not enough action there. Man. We got all the mana in the world and nothing to cast. Yeah, alright. GG's. Like... that was terrible. That was just terrible. Okay, now with this one, we decided to go kind of a drastic different direction for version 3. Mostly because of a few things we learned. The Hermit was actually okay, but not huge, because we either ran into people who had a bunch of creatures, and it's kind of bad, or they had a bunch of mana, and it didn't really matter, right? So that's not great. We wanted to also diversify our removal a little bit, and there was a couple other cards we wanted to look at, and then we came across a few other things that solve some problems, if you will. So let's go down this list and see what we changed. We have Death Bonnet Sprout, again, leaving that. We replaced the Hermits with 3 negates. Now, this could be some other counter, however... You know, you want to stop like a Meat Hook, you want to stop a Farewell, any of that stuff. This is going to be good for all the problem cards. We don't necessarily greatly care about most creatures because we can fight most of them with bigger creatures. So we're not that worried about it, but we are pretty concerned with stopping those big problematic cards, or Planeswalkers in some cases. So we're down to 3 Infernal Grasp, but we'll explain why here in a second. We managed to cut the 2/2 mana creature to play Loam Speaker here. Part of the reason is we're going heavier on the green, so we wanted to adjust our mana accordingly. That opens up the door for a Loam Speaker, and Loam Speaker can also produce a 3/3 to fight if we need to at the later stages of the game. Still keeping the full set of Taxidermists, we added in 2 Tear Asunder. This can destroy artifacts or enchantments, but for 4 mana we can kill pretty much anything. And that's pretty powerful, being able to kill a creature as well. I would even argue that maybe we should play a 3rd one, but I don't know what that looks like just yet, so we're going to play a few more games and find out. Still keeping a full set of the Lhurgoyf, playing 1 Old Red Stein. We're still leaving 2 Slowkirk in for now. And we also added Shieldred. This card, I mean, as much as I tried to avoid it, the card's just too damn good, y'all. Like, we just can't, like, if we were talking about this on stream. This might be the first time in a long time, maybe outside, like, I don't know, Swords to Plowshares or something, that, or Brainstorm, you know, that level of card, that, especially in Standard, this might be the first time, that if you're playing a color, in this case black, you probably are playing Shieldred. It's good against, well, it's good in every type of deck. I mean, it's crazy. And yeah, we just have to do it here. I wish I had a better answer for you, but it's a solid body and makes sense. We also added some Defiler of Vigor because the Angel wasn't really cutting it. We just ran in against too many just mid-rangey whatever decks, and the Angel's not great against those. So I wanted to have something bigger. This tramples. This can pump our team. We have a ton of green permanents, so that's not a huge problem. So yeah, we're going to see if this does what we want it to do. Then we're playing 2 Silverback Elder. We like a lot of what Elder does here because it can help us find land. It can destroy artifacts and enchantments, which are sometimes problems. It can also gain us life in a pinch against the aggro decks, or even to survive a late game Shieldred that might just kill us. So lots of cool things this card does. So we're going to give this a run. And then we've got 2 Vivian on the hunt because Vivian also can put cards into the graveyard. You know, like we mill 5, so it's possible. And we can also put creatures into our hand, which is cool. And it just makes 4 for us. So it does a lot of different things. Now, it does cost 1 more than the Wrenn and 7 we had in here previously, but I think that's fine, all told. And then we have 2 Titan of Industry because the card's still great, and we're not cutting these. Sorry. Then we have Otawara, 2 Swamp, 2 Takenuma, Beseiju, 8 Forest, a Shipwreck Marsh, 3 Deathcap Glade, 2 Dreamroot Cascade. As you can see, we're able to trim some of these down since we went more green heavy. And then 4 Yavimaya Coast. So we're going to see how this works out. Several new cards in this list we want to see about Silverback Elder, Defiler of Vigor, Shieldred. Just want to see how these come into play for us as the games progress. But yeah, lots of good stuff going on here. Hopefully this works out. Enjoy this last rounds of games, and I will catch you at the end of the video. Sure. Opponent gets to go first. All right. I mean, this feels very medium. I don't know if it's really going to go anywhere, but we'll see. What if you just played an anvil for me there? Oh, no, they didn't have it. I was like, maybe they would help us out, but no such love. All right. Man, we might just be slow working our way to Vivian here. Sure, you have a Liliana.
A fight? And you think you can win? Off you
Goyf. Alright, I guess we just play Slowkirk. I'm assuming it's just going to eat some type of removal here. I mean, if not, we get lucky. But I can't imagine that's the case. I mean, you got double black, triple red. So this thing's going to die to something. And blue, apparently. Yeah, we'll discard. This. Why not? So now it doesn't die to 3 damage spells. Need actual removal. Hey, it didn't die. It didn't die. That's a bonus. Okay. All right. We could outright just kill Liliana. We could play Taxidermist to set. Nah. We're going to do this. Let's have more fun. We put the cards in there to use them, so you know. Did we really not put any creatures in there? This Slowkirk is so big. Alright, they probably just have another Liliana. Oh my gosh.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Wow. Wow, Terra Sunder and 3 lands. 1 Goyf. Oh, wow. That's something. Yeah, okay. We do get a land back, so that's cool. Actually, we get multiple lands back, right? Up to 3. So we get this, this, and this. So that's not bad. Even if they do have a Liliana, we got some fuel for it now. Slowkirk is our counter to Liliana discards. Not the way we intended that to work, but it'll do. Man, they're really thinking about how bad they want to kill this Goyf. They put a whole lot of thought into that. Takanuma's not bad. Alright, I think we're just going to go with this, though. And I think just pass. CNG stream came through with a party of 4. Thank you for stopping by today. We are goofing around with some, I don't even know what you want to call it. Some Self Mill craziness.
Powerful won't help. I'll do it myself.
Alright, they're not even attacking. I guess they would just run into this. So that means they have nothing to kill our taxidermist, which is solid. Though it does mean that's possibly a counter since they're not killing anything here, which is a little bit concerning. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. So, do we want to save to try to kill that during their upkeep? I think we do, because I don't want to run Vivian out just yet. If it's not what we think it is. Alright, so let's end. And then let's try to kill this guy. All right, they don't have a counter. Good to know. That's all we needed. That was the information we were looking for. Corpse Appraise. All right. Well, that means we're not going to attack for a minute, but that's okay. This also puts us in a situation where if we can draw another 2-mana thing, we would be able to play Vivian, make a 4/4, and have a blocker as well, which could be pretty good. Though they did just shrink our Taxidermist by removing something from our yard, which sucks. But we can't do anything about that. No blocks. Though we could get back a big Goyf if we really wanted to. So, I mean, there is something we could do. Huh. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could possibly just get back a Goyf. And potentially still grow this. It would have to be this little bit of a gamble. It'd have to be like the exact cards, right? But maybe that's better than just putting Vivian at risk here. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, got a Shield Dread in the yard though. Well, tough life. Decisions have to be made. Sucks to suck, Goyf. Like, I mean, it doesn't suck, but you know what I mean. Like, just a better option there. And we could do something next turn as well, so it's not the end of the world. All right, they're discarding one or both of those? Both of them. Ooh. Well, cut down doesn't stop anything, and negates. Well, negate would have got our Vivian. Yeah, they didn't realize they were going to lose life from drawing those. Oh, that worked out so well for us. Okay. We got things happening now. We're just going 4/4s, I think.
It can thrive here. It can thrive anywhere.
And man, do I even need to kick this? Because we can just use Vivian next turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. I mean, you're gonna block something here. We don't need that dude anymore. Yep, seems fine. I can't kick it. I was like, wait a minute, I don't have any mana left. All right, so more big body action coming. All right, another Fable. That's fine. Ooh. Ooh, is this when a creature enters the battlefield? Whenever you cast a creature spell. Because I was like, man, if I could do this and then make a Rhino, oh man, that was about to be it. Oh, that was about to be exciting. Yeah, get in here with these bad boys, I guess. We could also just use this at instant speed and really mess up the opponent's blocks. I mean, you can't not block here, opponent. That's just not a choice. Yeah, like that's mandatory. Yep. All right. And then I think we just run this out there and just let it be what it is. And then we can use this whenever. I mean, yeah, just make a Rhino, I guess. And the only downside is if they get a meat hook, they get another point of life off of it. But, yeah, is what it is. I mean, if you draw, you go down to 1. Yeah, all right. There we go. I can't really play this. This is a mulligan. This is doable. It's just not exciting. But we will keep it. All right. Got to get rid of something. Sadly, got to get rid of that because we could cast it later, but we probably want to try to hold on to these things. Though, maybe I should have kept that and got rid of Terra Sunder. That's arguable. Yeah, that would have probably been smarter. Because I could have killed the thing, and yeah, that was a mistake. I mean, you're going to kill that. Just kill it. Put us out of our misery. Do. Alright, underdog it is. Alright, we get to keep our creature, which is kind of surprising. Wasn't really planning on that happening. I guess now, if they play Liliana, we could sacrifice the Death Bonnet Sprout, which is something. Alright, they got their mana. Pumping their Deuter. Pumping their Deuter again. We're not going to block. No surprise. Oh, we needed that land. Okay, we found another. Good. Let's lead with this. No attacks. I assume they've got a kill spell. They were just sitting on waiting for something better. So I don't expect this Defiler to get to do a whole lot of work. I'd be happy if it does. Pleasantly surprised, but I don't know that it will. Liliana, sure. Death Bonnet Sprout.
And I don't appreciate it when people touch my business.
You don't get to do a whole lot.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
So this is kind of interesting, right? We get to attack into Liliana. And then we can destroy... Huh. This is tough, because I kind of want to keep a land in case they play another Liliana to keep us from discarding our last card, which would be Shieldred. So let's attack here, see what the opponent does. Because we have Trample. Was that it? They're thinking about it. Alright, we'll go ahead and destroy that. I was seeing if we could get them to block with multiple things there and just have a fun combat trick, but that did not work. They didn't fall for it. They made the safe block, which was correct. Yep, pump that up, give it more death touch. Sounds good. Looks like they want to save to deal with the Defiler. Alright, well, Defiler's at least doing its job here. This turns any land, so let's do black, black, green, green. Play this. Tap. Activate this. Attack with that. Like, we don't need any more mana at this point. I mean, technically, I guess if we were to draw, like, Titan, but whatever. Alright. We've started the process. I mean, they can get rid of our blue mana here. Ooh, talking to him. Alright, probably just get back Liliana. Yep, not the most exciting thing. They already played a land for the turn, so no big deal. That is fantastic. That is borderline glorious. And then we are going to just turn this duder in, and we're going to get in for a big ol' hit. My opponent goes all the way down to 5. Down to 3. I mean, they can land Meat Hook for 5, go to 5, but then we have Defiler. Wow, this is a solid win against Mono Black if we pull this off. Meat Hook, yep, that's not gonna do it. And we got Goyf for bonus points. All right. Okay, so I kind of like the last version, though we are more very solidly in the Self Mill territory than the Reanimator territory, which is fine, totally reasonable. I think I still want to cut a Vivian and maybe even a Slowkirk. I don't know if we need 2, if 1 is fine, to make room for 2 of the Diagraph Reanimation spell though, because I think having the ability to get some of those things back from the graveyard is kind of important, especially considering how many we toss in there. And maybe still want to make room for another Terra Sunder somewhere along the way. Maybe cutting a Loam Speaker, we'll see. But yeah, lots of cool stuff this deck's able to do, and I don't mind it. Now I'm going to tell you this, I don't think this is going to be one of the ones that we're calling a banger. It's not going to be a world beater. At best, you're probably a 55%er, which isn't the worst thing in the world if you want to play some of the new cards. And there's probably still iteration to be done on this. I mean, I literally came up with a list, we played it for, I don't know, like 3 hours and then called it good. So there might be some other things we could do here. And if you want to discuss them, feel free to hop into the Discord and we can talk about other card choices or whatever, because I think there's going to be a whole discussion on this going on over there. But overall, the Goyf was actually pretty damn impressive, especially if you get it early. And we were able to cast most of our stuff without any real problems, so yeah, I'm kind of into it. It's a pretty sweet deck, honestly. I wish I had some more negative to say, but other than just, it's a tough time for decks like this. I mean, every deck has like all the enchantment removal, there's all the spot removal, whatever, so it can be pretty tough, but hey, you can still make it work on the ladder, so that's actually pretty good. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Arkellis, Lagoon Mystic. Mostly because I don't know why there was ever hype on this card. I remember when it got previewed, a bunch of people were talking about this, like they were going to build a deck around this in Commander and whatever, and I'm like, but what are we going to do with it? I don't really understand. Like, things either come into play tapped or they come into play untapped. But for some reason, this card just being so quirky and weird got people hyped up. It was strange. I have no idea. Maybe if you were playing some kind of weird deck that cared about your opponent untapping permanents or something, maybe it's a thing. But yeah, just, I don't know. I've yet to see somebody actually play this at a Commander table, but the card still goes for about $1, so it's not nothing. But yeah, just weird how sometimes they're going to be hyped just because the card's different, even when nobody knows what to do with it. And if you like seeing all types of different decks and you want something a little bit different, then check out our other deck here, which is a Rakdos Planeswalkers deck that you should really enjoy and have a blast. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.